Most guys take a decade to learn what I'm going to tell you in 9 minutes. I have seen every experience under the sun when it comes to women, and I want to give you the sauce in less than 10 minutes. Here's the first thing you need to understand. What they want is not going to make any logical sense. Men think too logically. Men see dating through a rational, logical perspective. It's the wrong way to look at things. They are not like us. Their brains don't work like our brains. We have to change the way we see dating, women, female and male dynamics, so that we can be successful in dating. So step one, stop thinking so logically. Stop thinking in 1 plus 1 equals 2, because it doesn't with women, okay? 1 plus 1 equals zebra. If you like her, you naturally going to want to show it, right? I like this girl. I'm going to do more for her because I like her so much and I want her to like me more. Bad. It's the wrong frame. That's too logical. It's too linear. That's too 1 plus 1. It's too predictable. It should be, I like this girl. I'm going to pull back. Yes, that doesn't make any sense, but this is the real game of dating. They are emotional creatures. They want a roller coaster. They want intrigue. They want guys they can't have. They love that. I was with a girl the other day, and I cold approached her at the gym, went out with her the same night, closed the same night, okay? And we're laying on my couch. We didn't even make it to the bed. We're laying on my couch, and she's going through her Instagram highlights, and she's seeing all the guys and all the people that liked your story. And she goes, look at my fans. I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, I just view them as fans. Like, that's how I see them. That's how females see guys that give them free validation, as a fucking fan club, okay? From her mouth, from my couch. This is not even me speaking. This is her speaking about female nature. So lesson number 2 is, if you give free validation, you're screwed. You're going to get put into the fan bucket. You're going to get, oh God, I'm getting so excited. You're going to get disregarded, okay? You're going to get seen as somebody that has no power, as somebody that's salivating, as a fan. They think they're celebrities. No star is going to F their fan. You have to be different than that. You can't give validation. And by the way, I have a guide on how to maintain and reset your frame. Wait till the end of the video because I'm going to drop it there. Lesson number 3, you need to have something other than her in your life. When I was younger, I loved women, right? I loved girls. I loved dating. I've always liked it, right? I put them at the forefront of my mind. When I was working, I was thinking about setting up dates. When I was doing, they consumed my mind. And so when I started dating a girl, she was always front of mind, always a priority, always there. Terrible thing to do with women. Women love a man with a plan. Women love a man that has other things going on in their life than them. Women will never tell you this. They'll never admit it. Okay, I tell you the things that women will never admit. The deep, dark truth. Women will never say, I want to be second in your life, but they do. They will say, I want to be first, but the minute they're first, they will leave you. Because that means you have nothing going on in your life but them, which is very unattractive. Women want a guy that has more going on in their life. So, for example, this also leads you to negative behavior that is going to drive them further away. When I was younger and they were top of mind, let's take it back, right? Let's take it back. Because I've learned a lot over the years. When a woman is top of mind and I don't have another purpose, I am acting emotionally. I'm starting to become a woman because I'm consumed by it. So if they don't respond for 3 hours, now it's in my head. Whereas now, where I have more purpose and I'm actually busier, it doesn't even cross my mind. I don't care. When you are in a frame and a mindset as a man and you're putting her first, then it's going to control your behavior. When it controls your behavior, you get emotional, you get needy, you get illogical, drives her away. The less attached you are, the more nonchalant you are, the less you care that she hasn't responded in 1 second, the better you are at dating. Okay? Lesson number 4, really, really important lesson here. You need to know that the woman that you put on a pedestal will never respect you. And a lot of guys get tripped up by this. A lot of guys start talking to the most attractive girl they've ever talked to. And I've been there, okay? If you've seen my Tulum story, it's there. Took a girl on vacation before we were serious. It blew up in my face. I wanted more. She didn't want more. Blew up in my face because I started acting differently. I started having a different game, a different approach because she was really hot. And this is what happens. You start talking to a girl that's more attractive than any other girl you've ever talked to. And now your behavior changed. You start acting differently because you have a lack of confidence, because you have a lack of self-esteem, because deep down, you fear losing her. So you're trying to cling to her. Guess what happens when you cling to a woman? Gets a knife and cuts your hands off. She runs. Men can never be pursuing women. Men can never be the ones chasing. Men can never be the ones clinging on to a girl. You can't cling on to somebody in general. Why would you do it with anybody, let alone a fucking female? They can't handle power. And so what happened was, I brought up the conversation about wanting more, and I did this and I did that. As a result, she just dipped, ghosted and gone. Because I pursued her. I put her on a mental pedestal because she was a supermodel. The hotter she is, honestly, the worse you should treat her. Because they've never experienced that. They're so used to so much validation. They're so used to this behavior. They're so used to being on a pedestal that when a guy finally is like, I don't care. Like, whatever, come and go, cool. They love it. They love a chase. Women long for a man they can't have. It's so simple, but it's backwards of everything your brain is telling you to do, which is why it's confusing. Your brain is saying, yes, she's deemed as more valuable because she's more attractive, so I'm going to try harder, I'm going to do more. And then it blows up in your face because we can't be working from a logical perspective, like I said in step number 1. We have to be working from the frame that this is just how it is. Another thing that's really important that I learned the very hard way is women lie a lot. They lie a lot. They lie about their past. They lie about everything, okay? They want to be seen as most desirable. They're going to tell you they're innocent. They're going to tell you they're holy. They're going to tell you that they're clumsy, and that's how they manipulate. You have to understand the female mind. You have to understand how they operate. I don't care how much you love her, dude. They are working you to get a means to an end. Whether that's a provider, a protector, a ring, a wedding, kids, they are operating. And it's not like an anti-women rant. It's not. But we have to keep them in the right frame and in the right place. Because if it goes unchecked, they will steamroll you. They are selfish creatures. They will extract you for everything they can get if they can. It's our job to put them in the right frame and put boundaries around them so that if they do veer off, there's repercussions. There has to be repercussions and incentives for behaving well, or else they never will. And so you need to understand that, one, when you start dating a girl, you will be blind. You will be blinded by emotion. You will be blinded by intrigue. If your friends and family don't like her, listen to them. You know why? Because they are not blinded. They're not emotionally attached to this girl, and they can see through her shit. And it's very important that you actually listen to them because you are the one blinded. Okay? It's not that, oh, they don't see, how we are behind closed doors. No. It's bullshit. You're blinded. You need to listen to them. Never get overly emotional. I don't care how fast you're liking this girl. I don't care what's going on. You cannot get too emotional. She's the one emotional. She can be attached. You can never be. When you are attached, you're blind. When you're blind, you get ran over, destroyed, manipulated. You have to be detached. You have to have the masculine frame that's going to maintain in all circumstances. And if you want a free guide on how to reset and maintain your frame, which is one of the most important things you could ever do in a relationship, short-term or long-term, click the link below. I got you guys. And